Now, we will move to our first keynote speech. Please welcome Prof. Ali Al-Sherbaz from University of Cambridge, United Kingdom, speaking on AI-powered innovation, challenges in AI and cybersecurity.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for the invitation. Thanks for University of The Hague for inviting me in this conference. Thanks for the College of Science. I would like also to express my gratitude to Professor Dawood Atroushi, the President. I met him yesterday, and I congratulated him about the progress in the university. I can assure that this is the best campus you have around the whole Iraqi university. I've been there. Please do enjoy that, and the more you progress, the more effort you put. This is your university. Also, thanks for College of Science. And also, I've been involved in this conference since they started with Dr. Ahmed Khalil, Dr. Shaheen as well. They did a great job to make this conference in the international level and inviting me today. So I was involved in the editorial and the reviewing for the papers. And then I'm aware about how much effort they put to involve the IEEE organization. So well done, everyone. Today we're going to talk about AI and cybersecurity. And being leading the Digital Skills Department at the University of Cambridge, we provide courses in AI and cybersecurity and data science, in addition to the research I do in this area. So I would like to share with you some information about these topics. So I would like just to highlight that these are the topics I'm going to cover in my keynote today. The first one is I'm going just to show you a little bit about AI and LLM and how does that work. The second part is going to be about cybersecurity, and then the last part is about how you, as a young generation, you'd like to be involved in this era in terms of AI, cybersecurity, and also data science. Before I start, I would like to ask the following question. You all work in the technology, and probably you do have a file size with 1 gigabyte text file. Have you thought about how many A4 pages if I printed out this 1 gigabyte? Just give it a thought before I give you the answer. It's a text file. It doesn't have any image or a video or a sound. The reason I'm doing this exercise with you, just to make you visualize the size of the data. I'm going to use Eiffel Tower as a measurement, which is 324 meters. If we printed out the 1 gigabyte and stack all the paper, is going to be 2 to 3 times Eiffel Tower. So 1 gigabyte, we are talking about 10, 100, and 1 terabyte of data every day in a university like University of The Hague. So the size of the data is crucial nowadays. And when we talk about LLM and training these data, we talk about a huge amount of data. And if we talk about the LLM, which is the large language model, the most popular LLM nowadays is Gemini. We have also, you all work with that. We have ChatGPT, Claude, we have Copilot, we have Llama as well. And recently, we have China. They developed DeepSeek. For us as a researcher, we use all of them. We don't have any preferences. And that's how the researcher should act. But now the question is, how can we utilize these LLMs for our benefit? Whether we are a researcher, whether we are developing applications, we're going to learn how to do that. This is just a comparison between the existing LLMs and comparing with the human. So from the left-hand side, if you look at we have the average human, and then in the middle we have someone with a PhD in general, and then in the third, the right-hand side, we have the PhD domain experts. So nowadays we have the OpenAI or 1 or 2 or 3, they are start to work better. They use the GPQA as an example to measure that. That is in February 2025 comparison. Now, let me just go back in the mid of 90s and show you how actually the artificial intelligence worked by that time. When I did my master at the Cybersecurity University, I used this AI to classify. If you look at that, so on the right, on the left, in your left-hand side, we have a matrix of a shape, and on the right-hand side, we have classification about this shape. In the middle, we have a network, we call it a neural network. It's just a set of numbers and a connection and multiplication and the product of sum. The training part is when you tell them that this is what we call supervised learning. I did my master, and I had my master because of this algorithm, and that's 30 years ago. Nowadays, a 10 years old can do that. Now, let's go back to GPT and see what does that mean in terms of GPT. GPT, it means generative pre-trained transformer. Generative, it generates text or image or voice based on pre-trained data. The more data sets, the better, the more efficient we have in terms of the large language model. The new things happen is this transformer. A transformer, it means that was in 2022, November, when they released ChatGPT 4. They said that a transformer, it's a set of information of vectors in order to generate the new text. Now, the idea behind that, it is every single word or a token can generate voice to text, text to voice. We have as well image to text to image, like DALI 3. Now, in the coming slide, I will show you exactly how it works in terms of the mathematics relevant to that. It's important for all of us to understand the basics of large language model, how does it work. So I would like now your attention in terms, we need to just remember how the vectors work in mathematics. Vectors, it's a set of numbers, and it does have a direction in the domain. Now, how does the LLM use the vectors to generate text? So I need your attention now about that. First of all, I would like to define something we call tokens. Tokens is either a word or a part of a sentence, or it could be a part of image or a part of voice. Every token now we have in the domain, we need, for example, to convert it to a vector. As I mentioned, vector is a set of numbers. The question is, how can we, so for example, each vector, it does have a direction and a value. And the more vectors near to each other, the more meaningful they have. Now, the question is, how can we make link between these vectors to make meanings of the whole sentence? We call this attention. Now, every single word we call model. For example, we have the machine learning model and we have a fashion model. It's the same word, different meanings. It means we need two different set of vectors to represent this word of model. In the algorithm of attention, we create that model. So when we have that training with multi-layer neural network, the more layers we have, the more training, the more efficient of large language model and create links between these vectors. So it's all mathematics behind that. And not only that, it's, for example, every single word it does have, it could be, for example, in Queens, it could be English, could be noun, and based on that, they create the vector. Now, the whole dictionary, the more data we have, the more vectors we're going to generate in this. For that reason, I mentioned the 1 gigabyte and 1 terabyte for the large language model. The more data we have, the better. Now, in the learning process, they go and give these attention and multi-layer neural network to train the model in order to make it more efficient. Now, let's do this experiment. How can we generate the new text? So, for example, the sentence is, to date, the cleverest thinker of all time was, and it generates a most probable word is going to happen. And then, based on that probability model, they generate the next text based on the attention. So, for example, in this sentence, they choose Einstein for the theory of the relativity, which completely revolutionized our understanding. And if you look at how it works based on a probability model, and the transformer keep generating this text based on that concept. It's so important for you to understand that concept. So, because the more we understand, so there is another question about, give me more idea about what we can do visiting in Santiago, and start to generate the probable words. Sure, there are plenty of things to do in Santiago, and it's keep going based on the data set being trained, and complete that. Now, why we are learning that? We should understand it as a researcher, because we are going to use it in our tools. We can rely on that. So we have to have a beginning and ending. What are the deep learning methods? What are the embedded wording? What are the dot products? Now I have a question for you. We almost learned today how does the LLM works. Have you thought about our brain? How does it work? Does it work based on probability model? Does it work based on another model? I have asked this question to doctors. I haven't got an answer yet. So I don't know how our brains work, actually. I know how the AI works based on the vectors and probability model by generating this text. When we learn that it's based on probability model, that gives you some indication. It means it's not accurate all the time, all right? So we have to make sure we are not going to rely 100% on the large language model. Now, we learn about the LLM. Let's move to the cybersecurity, and how does the cybersecurity use the AI in terms of the new capability of the AI. Let me show you that these type of attacks, we have most attacks in cybersecurity they can use. So hackers, they can use AI to generate malware, and they can generate virus. And this cybersecurity attack, it could be, for example, utilizing the deepfake, utilizing the deepfake attack, real voice over using the AI. Also, they can personalize the information to someone, the target person. Also, they can also using the online resources. So AI actually utilized by the hackers now while we are speaking. Now, also AI can utilize to find vulnerability using machine learning algorithms. And then these vulnerabilities from the systems can be attacked by the hackers, and using malware. Also, AI will be efficient tools to do that. Social engineering as well. So AI can help the hackers to personalize information, and it will be more convincing for people to be attacked. So AIs, they can now, hackers, they can use it to have a dynamic and adaptive threats. And these threats, it's more efficient because rather than using one person, they are using 100 now. It's very challenging now for the people who are working in the cybersecurity defense to protect their organization. In this case, we, as a people working for cybersecurity, we have to invest into security tools. We have also to conduct regular audits, because these people, the hackers, they are using AI. They are more dynamic and efficient in the attack in this case. Let's admit something. When the internet being created in the middle of the 70s, they haven't considered the security. They just consider to share information over the internet. So we have to admit that this generation, we inherited a broken internet, For that reason, nowadays, from 10 years ago, they start the concept of security by design. Previously, the security was just the tools or add-ins for later on, but now it has to be by design. Let me show you first type of attack. You use the deep fakes, all of us. You have seen it. But let me show you how UK spread the word and tell people about the danger of the deep fake. In 2022, December, in Christmas, the UK just released this video after the normal speech. They pretend this is the Queen dancing and singing and do these things, which is abnormal. She doesn't do that. But this is kind of awareness campaign for the normal people. That's be careful. We have a new technology now called deepfake, and that's how they use it. And this is now make it in the studio 5 years ago. Nowadays, they can do it in the normal mobile, average mobile. So UK invest a lot of money, get the permission from the top of the person in the country to do that. And that's really helped to make awareness. Now, there is another type of phishing attack, and let's see how does it work and how the AI can help in this kind of phishing. So no matter we put password and firewalls and routers, if a person who in charge with that is being attacked by called phishing. Phishing, it means bring a nice face to the person, but there is a monster behind it. I'm sure you all received, for example, there is an offer to have an iPhone with $100 and it will end it by Christmas. And there is also an offer for people, especially elderly people. You can go to Hajj. Saudi Arabia provide free Hajj for everyone, and that's kind of phishing. Let me show you some statistics. 91% of the attack started by either email or SMS. This is not the problem. The problem is 32 of that are successful. So people always engage because they are using emotional messages to make people engage with that phishing. Because the weakest link, please remember that, the weakest link in the cybersecurity domain is the human. So human always is the weakest link, and people can approach human to break the system. Let me show you a case happened in the UK 3 years ago. And the story, they call it watering hole attack. There was a group of people, they would like to attack the energy sector in the UK, and they would like to attack the power generation servers and make them shut down. For 6 months, they get information about employers in this energy, offer them fake offers, fake emails, in order to inject malware in their devices. And they got all these malware to their company. And the malware go to the network, and then the network go to the server. And they have successfully reached to the server. But at the last minute, the server send an alert. There is an abnormal behavior are there. Please check on that. And it was just a matter of hours. They could have managed to shut down half of the UK electricity. And they published it. The National Cybersecurity Center in the UK, they published that. So that is how it works in terms of what we call it watering hole attack. The other type of attack, which is recently, especially after COVID, is ransomware, برامج الفدية. where they locked your device, your server, and they send you a link, pay this amount of money, and then I can release it for you. And I can share with you in America, Texas oil field supplier hit by ransomware, and they pay $5 million to open it because they lose every day millions of dollars if it doesn't work. And the solution was they should have a backup, and so it was a mistake by a human. They haven't make a backup on the right time, and that was a human mistake. We talked about the ransomware propagation. Everywhere, every time we advise, we said that the cyber human factor is important. So don't click on a link which you are not sure that this is a safe one. Because if you are not the target, if your device is not the target, your device will act as an agent to help them to attack without even you know, right? So make sure that your device all the time is clean. Now go back to research and what kind of research I am doing in Cambridge about AI. My students working in the cybersecurity threats and utilizing AI and machine learning detection, one of them using in the infrastructure of the UK, what happens if there is an attack for the infrastructure, critical infrastructures like electricity, water, gas, what happens? So he's doing simulation on that. Also, there is about emerging technology for cybersecurity application as well, and industrial IoT integration with the AI. And that's my research area. If you are interested, I'm happy to talk about that after the lecture. Right. Let's come back to Iraq. Do you know that there are at least, on average, there are 10,000 attacks on Iraq, whole Iraq, a day? All right, I will show you that. This is from Kaspersky cyber attack. And if you look at the Iraq map, we have 10,000. Comparing to Saudi Arabia, we have 120,000 attacks per day for the Saudi Arabia because they have a digital transformation, digital services. UAE is 55,000 attacks a day. UK, 250,000 attacks a day. And of course, that's varied from day to day. We have Germany, 1.2 million attacks a day. I haven't mentioned any country which involved in a war. In the war, there will be millions of attacks happens. So feel free to access that Kaspersky map. You can get data and find out about any country as well. All right, let me share with you a story about Ministry of Defense in the UK. Last year, Chinese get hold of data breach of 270,000 information about soldier and officers from the UK Army information. They managed to get this information, and because they managed to attack the payslip, ratib, salary, the payslip company, they give it a subcontract to a company. They attack the company, not the Ministry of Defense. So when we have a cybersecurity policy, we have to protect not only our organization, but also the organization which we work with them. That was really a shock last year. On that basis, the UK, they created a ministry of AI for intellectual property, and they released this cybersecurity of AI. The report is published online. In 2016, the National Cybersecurity Center being established in the UK, any course about cybersecurity in the UK has to go through their approval. We propose it to them, and they can get accredited by National Cybersecurity. That's how it works in the UK. And the summary of this report, it's the importance of AI economy, of UK economy on daily life. Also about, it's going to be around $1 trillion value in 2035. So this report summarized how the cybersecurity landscape in the UK. They said 47% of the AI using organizations lack specific AI tools. This information is important to us to understand what is the current situation. They talked about government initiatives, They create AI summits in Bletchley Park in 2023. Top leaders in the country, in the world, where they come and talk about the safety as well. And they brought the security by design approach as well. This call, it's open for everyone, and this is just an advice for Iraq government, Kurdistan government, about how can we participate other academic institutes and private sector in the conversation. Now, how does the AI with the cybersecurity is going to work? First of all, it's going to, for example, create data platform to identify whether this is an AI-generated data, or it's a fake data, or it's a real data. This kind of approach. Select a high-impact use cases in terms of. So we are now moving to a new era where the AI can help the attackers to create a new way of attack, and for us as a defender to create an intelligent defense approach. So that's also advice for researchers for future to focus on heavily using the AI in the cybersecurity era. In the Iraqi government created the Iraqi National Strategy for AI. They do a lot of activities. Kurdistan also involved in that discussion, this is good approach. This is good in terms of the government. Overall, they look at the AI as well. Right. Part of the, for the awareness into the cybersecurity, Channel 4 in the UK, they created this episode they called Undeclared War. It's a 6 episode. I really advise all of you to watch it, because that's going to give you indication about the danger of utilizing AI and cybersecurity. The story is Russia influence on UK election, and they try to support certain party and make all the effort to try to change that. It's a nice story to sell. Of course, it's not true, but it's based on a true story. But my other advice, I also talked to Baghdad about probably one of the channel. They create one in Arabic. I also say, if it doesn't help, it helps a lot if we have an also similar approach to have and one in Kurdish, because people awareness is so important. As I mentioned, the weakest link in the cybersecurity domain is the human. The more we educate human, the better cybersecurity domain we will have. I mentioned the cybersecurity factors. Now, let's talk about the training. In Cambridge, I'm leading this topic, data science, cybersecurity, and AI, and happy to have conversation now with the university, with the College of Science. Yesterday, we have a meeting with Professor Dawood Atrushi about the possibility of establishing courses. Now, let me show you what kind of skills we need in terms of creating training in this case. So the kind of training, it's we need to have a kind of, the strategy is to prepare people from different disciplines. It's not now for computer science or engineering. No, it's for everyone. Humanities, medical education, all of that. Healthcare, pharmaceutical innovation, it's everywhere with the basic skills we need, all of us, to teach our students. It's the data engineer, it's one of them. Data analytics, machine learning, and data science. I will share with you some free courses. You can share it with your students to make the awareness and help them to educate themselves. The other skills which we need as well is the deep learning. We have the programming and collaboration and working with API. That's something relevant to computer science and engineering department to start to build up these kind of skills to teach it in the undergraduate and the postgraduate. If you look at this 4 quarters, the first quarter, it's that everyone should have that skills. Prompt engineering, transformers, machine learning as well. The second quarter, it's about API, and learn about these kind of tools and share it with your postgraduate student. They have also to learn how to create API. because they can use another platform to develop their application without reinventing the wheel. And then the more we have application, for example, in education, in business finance, in customer support, we should spread that and support our students to start to think about developing their own application. But we need to support them with the right tools. These links are free courses. I'm going to share it with all of you through LinkedIn, so I will share it and happy to feel free to use it. The other course which I would like to show you, this is the course which I'm leading in Cambridge. It's the Data Science and Machine Learning. Feel free to have the QR code and get the information. Contact me if you need any information, or contact the department, computer science department, to do that. And that is a really successful course, people all over the world. And it's a fully online, by the way. You get certified by Cambridge University, and we make it available for people as well. The other things is we have also providing Master in AI and Ethics as well. That's very popular for non-technical people to understand AI and ethics and how does that work in terms of other subjects. I would like to share with you now the last slide about the case studies in Netherlands. They said, this is a 10-year-old girl talking to her parents in the cinema and said, look, stop publishing my pictures and personal information, my birthday, everywhere. People, they are using that, and they start to create an identity to myself. When I find myself adult, I will find myself a criminal record. They use my voice, they use my information, and not only that, they put me in some, an illegal porn sites. And that's scary. No one would like to be in this position. So please, this is an advice for you. Don't just give the information free for your young daughters, young boys. Please avoid that, because there are people, they have no intention, no legal, nothing stops them to do it. So as a takeaway from my lecture today about the AI, so we are active participants now in the AI, nothing hide, it's an open source. And we should have a good AI tools. And then because the AI, artificial intelligence, it could be used to enhance HI, which is the human intelligence, human potential, and human purposes. So feel free to contact me through the department, and thank you very much for listening. I'm happy to discuss that after the lecture.
Can we take any questions? Dear audience, we might take 1 or 2 questions if there is. Teachers, students.
Good. That's mean the lecture is off.
There is?
All right. Yeah. I thought there's no question. It's been a very clear lecture.
It's interesting and it's clear, but you know, sometimes when you have an interesting topic, it starts to blow up some questions in your mind. So we need to highlight, beside all the advantages and magic, let's say, the AI gave it to us, we need to highlight the ethics of AI, implementing it, ethics of employing the data, and we need awareness to parents, as you mentioned in the last slide, to not sharing all the data to people, or even, clicking links without knowing what is it, participating in groups without knowing what are the other group mates, etc. So I would like to thank you very much. But where we can start with parents to share this culture with them, protecting data, not sharing knowledge. Or not knowledge, sorry.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great question, Dr. Shaheen. Thank you. AI ethics, it's a hot topic, and I'm going to share with you what UK did. They spread the word in terms of the AI ethics for any topics. They have to learn first, understand the AI, And there was a summit discussed that the AI safety. In Cambridge, we have AI ethics as a master degree. Other people, they provide through the continuing education awareness about AI to make sure that people, they shouldn't, for example, share their bank statement or any information relevant to them in the AI, because it goes there and it's irreversible process about sharing the personal information. So awareness about AI ethics is crucial. Also for professionals like us, they should also understand how to use it professionally. In terms of the assignments, in terms of the marking, in terms of that, we should also, so it's still, there is no single answer to that. People discussing the AI ethics, and there are conferences about it. But nothing stops us. I'm sure you already started that here about the AI ethics. But teaching that topics in the undergraduate courses and postgraduate, and also for staff development should be crucial.
Yes, we kind of still there is frauded accounts, let's say, or people trying to steal your bank account information. But when it's about money, people are more aware of sharing data. However, they are not giving the same importance or the same privacy or security issues to the other private data. This is, I think.
Tell your story in London. Yeah. I will close with that. Someone asked the ChatGPT, can you tell me what is the plan for the managerial in our department? Because the manager, they use OpenAI, and it tells them they are planning to reduce the employer to 50%. So a day after they have been redundant. Imagine this kind of, it's in the cloud, and the information is there. So be careful what kind of information you share with the AI. Thanks. I'm available if you have any question after the session. Oh, so we have Dr.
First of all, thanks for coming and for this interesting lecture. We are more than honored to have you as speaker today.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
First of all, thanks for coming. And you honored University of The Hague and everyone here with this lecture. As a professional, as an academic, now there can be more like a trend that they are going to implement the AI, like ChatGPT and others, in the writing of their papers. Do you think that will be a good step forward, or that's a reduction of that? Overall, we think that if we are going to hold the ethics, that we are not going to just make up the results or make up the ideas. I'm going to implement my own ideas and express my own ideas. I will just benefit the AI tools that I will have to enhance my English, for example, since we are not a very good English speakers or native speakers.
Yeah.
What do you think about that specific point?
Thank you. This question is always there. In order to recognize this is an ethical process or ethical action or not, if I write a paper myself and I ask someone to proofread it, this is legal, in the UK at least. They can proofread it, they can check the grammar, that's fine. If I put my thoughts and give it to someone to write it for me as a guest, as a ghost writer, that is also legal. The illegal, it's when you ask someone to do the whole work for you, all right? So I don't mind if you write the paper and ask AI tools to proofread it, because this is a legal process for another human. So with the measurement, it's the task that done by AI can be done by a human legally. This is ethical action. Otherwise, it's not. That's how we do it. The information, no. The information, it goes to the AI tools, and it's irreversible. they promise, and we can't rely on them, they promise this is going to be, you have an option that your data is going to be used only for your own learning process. But that's how they promise. Can I trust the company? Can I trust DeepSeek, for example? I don't. Can I trust OpenAI? It's untraceable and it's not transparent. That is the action. But from AI Summit in 2023, they sign a legal document that if the data being picked, that this is for privacy and only for individual to be used, they should stick with that legal. But I can't promise you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening, and looking forward to talk to you after that. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ali.